Is this the most beautiful place in China? We left Hong Kong and crossed the border into China. After an entire day of trains and buses, we arrived in Yangshuo, an area made famous by its distinctive limestone mountains that stretch on for miles. Serious Jurassic Park vibes.
In this film, I'm going to show you all of the best things to do in Yangshuo, China, starting with the town itself, then the best viewpoints, our accommodation, the national park, and ending with what I think is the most beautiful spot for sunset. If there's anything you're particularly interested in, go down to the description and I've left some timestamps next to subject headings so you can skip to the part of the video that interests you the most. Let's get into it.
I had a certain idea of what Yangshuo would be like. I expected beautiful nature, which there is in abundance, but if you're expecting complete serenity, you may be in for a shock. Yangshuo is a very busy, noisy town with hundreds of bars and plenty of nightlife options. The city centre is also home to some of the best views in the area.
Morning. Let's find some views.
The most stunning view over the mountains is a local secret. And by that I mean almost every backpacker knows about it. You can even see it from the main walking street. But getting up to what's known as the TV Tower Viewpoint is a whole other thing. It's technically not open to the public and it's a pretty challenging climb up. The route starts from the centre of town, but the way up is hidden in a maze of local streets and back alleys. We visited in July, which is the height of summer in China, so we started early to avoid the heat.
So, as you may have guessed from this, the hike's pretty strenuous. Very strenuous. Oh my god, found a new Pokemon.
It actually is.
The TV tower has a lone employee who lives at the top of the mountain, and he lets people in for 10 yuan, but if he's not in, you can't get entry, so luckily for us, he was there.
10, is it 10 each?
Hello, 上去不敢怕怕的吗?
Okay, that way. Okay.
Thank you.
So the gate looked like it was closed, but we shouted through and a guy came out luckily. Oh my god. This view. We're such a vlogger right now. Travel vlogger. The way up is quite difficult to find and it's not signposted or anything. So we used a route on ILP blog, which is really, really good. It's got loads of photos. So I'll link that down below because they'll do a much better job explaining it than I will.
If climbing sketchy mountains in the height of summer isn't really your bag, then you can actually get some much easier views in the Yangshuo City Park. A busy blend of street vendors, chess players, and sometimes even dancing and karaoke. After a short climb, you can get some really nice views over the city. During any trip to Yangshuo, your choice of accommodation is pretty vital. We stayed in a little oasis of peace at the Sudder Street Guesthouse. Located a nice distance from the busy town, it's the perfect place to retreat after a day of seeing the sights. You can get a dorm for as little as £3 a night, and you can even treat yourself to a private double room with balcony for £18. Of course, the main event in Yangshuo is the national park, where you can take the famous bamboo raft trip down the Li River. Most people rent a moped or a bicycle to get around the sites. We did the latter for the crazy cheap price of £3 a day.
Thank you. Emma's chosen a hat for me. Spot the tourist. I'm a local.
There are several cycling loops around the national park, all very easy to follow. And rather than list off all the things to see, my best advice to you is just to ride around and explore for yourself. Stop when you want to stop, and honestly, there's something beautiful around every turn.
Especially when it's this hot. You've got to make the most of all the stops you can, so we just stopped off at this little roadside cafe, and we found this little waterside viewpoint. So hot. I've never known sweat like this.
What is this?
To end your day, take a relaxing trip on a bamboo raft down the river. Relaxing as it is, it does feel like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at some points.
So back on the bikes again now, and we're going to head up to Moon Hill, which is a natural archway with some amazing views apparently, so should be good. Another bike ride, another dance with death. It's alright, it's only 800 stairs up.
Even though we didn't get a clear sky for sunset, Moon Hill is absolutely stunning, and we had it all to ourselves.
The path literally comes out right underneath the archway. It's amazing.
There was only one thing that seemed fitting enough to add to this ending.
Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Next time on the One Shot Adventures China series, is Yangshuo's neighbour even more beautiful? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and the next episode drops next week.